Add to stream.
There you go. What it is, Clarence told me, you have to scroll over your face.
And okay.
Add, right?
And I can remove myself and add myself.
Yes.
Man, you the man. You the man.
Right. That's how you add people. Now it should be something there to say drop a link. And that's when you can drop that link in the chat like you did before, and people can click on it, and you'll see their faces at the bottom. And when you click on their face, you bring them in. If you want to get them out, you click on their face and you kick them out.
Invite.
Right, invite. You can now that screen there, copy that and email me that.
Invite.
See that? Copy the clipboard or whatever. Copy it and email me that.
Copy clipboard. Okay.
Right click and email that to me. When I get my email, you'll see me down there to the side like you are.
Am I still?
And then email that to me.
Am I still live?
And when I get the email, I'll click the link. It'll bring me back there like you, kind of like gray, and then you have to click on me to let me in.
Okay. Let me see.
Does that make sense?
It does.
That's what it is. You go through StreamYard. Yeah, you're live. People are in there. Goddamn, us old Negroes gonna learn something today.
see if you got it.
This is how you want to do. So you want to start every time. Make a StreamYard. Go through YouTube, and we'll do this again another time or two. And all of a sudden, you be a pro at it.
That's right. Hey, you got to start somewhere, man.
So you can do this with your family back home.
Right. You got to start somewhere, huh?
Yeah. I want to interview my family back home. I'm gonna do a StreamYard. I'm gonna send you a link. Click on the link at this time. I'll bring you up and I can talk to you. Because you know all these people all over the world. You ain't got to go sit down face to face. Send them a StreamYard link.
J. Andrew, thanks so much. Yes, you were live. Okay. So we're trying this. I'm trying this new app.
You emailed it to me, John?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay, let me check my email.
Okay. J. Andrew, how you doing, man? Where you calling? Where are you logging in from? Guys, we are trying to learn this live stuff. Rico is helping me out. Appreciate it, brother.
See if you can drop it in the chat like you did. Copy that same thing and drop it in the chat because I still ain't got your email yet.
Man, let's see. Drop it in the chat. Okay, let's see.
Like you did the first time.
Lena, our Greta, Greta, how are you? Hey, let me share. If I hit the share button, maybe I can. Now, where do I find the link at, Rico? To share it with people. I'm trying to do this StreamYard, y'all. I'm trying to learn how to do it. Invite? Do I hit invite? Okay, here it is. I'm gonna copy that. Copy it. Let me try to put it in the comment section. Paste. All right. All right, I just sent it in the comment section. Rico, there you go, right there.
You need to add me.
Add to stream. Yeah.
I told you, old Negro, we were gonna learn something today.
We are computer geniuses. We might be
right.
I might be 40.
Hey, John, you can teach an old dog new tricks.
That's it. All right.
And look, here's the other thing, John, right? So you got the comments, right? In the back chat.
But I'm trying to, hey Rico, how can I
and
one more thing, how can I hear you? Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
How can I hear you?
Turn your sound. Oh, you mute.
Can you hear me?
If I turn the phone off, I can't hear you.
Turn your phone off. There go
Brother Clarence. I need your help. We need your help. I cannot hear you. I don't know how to get you.
Phone.
Okay, go into your settings on the StreamYard. there's a button down there at the bottom. It's called settings. Do you see that one?
Quan, I'm feeling better, brother. I'm
Clarence,
feeling much
type
better.
it to him. Because he might
Oh,
can't
he
hear.
can't hear me. Okay.
Yeah, I can't
it
hear. I don't know how to get you guys to. I can't hear you guys. The only reason I can hear Brother Rico is because I got him on the phone.
He said go into your settings at the bottom.
Settings. Down where? Down here?
Weird, Clarence. I don't know. I ain't never seen this before either. We're doing this from California to Maryland to the DR. We know we some good dinosaurs.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. I need some of my people. Quan, help me out. 1993. J. Andrew, help me out.
Okay. So, all right. So Clarence say settings is next to the red invite button.
Settings is the next to the red invite button. Right here. Okay, settings. Okay, I hit settings. Audio.
Yeah, go to audio.
Now what?
Okay.
What do I do from here? Speaker.
Your default is microphone. Speaker. What's that with speaker? That's what you should be listening to. So what is? Hit that drop down. What is your selection? Why are you not hearing?
Stereo audio.
Let
me hit this.
Try that.
Which one? Automatic adjust mic volume.
Do me a favor. No.
Yes.
What's the speaker? It's the speaker. Guess the viewers. No. Go back.
Yeah.
It's audio.
General. Camera. Audio. Okay, here's audio, but I don't know how to. I can't hear you guys.
It should be the drop down to the right.
Default.
Yeah.
Okay. Internal. Okay, built-in speaker.
Yeah. Can you hear now?
All right, let me hang up with you.
Okay. Can you hear now, John?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You go.
But I can barely hear you.
Okay, well, it could be me, Clarence.
Rico, let me hear you. Can you, Brother Clarence, say something?
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. You hear me?
I can barely hear you also, so we got to try.
Turn your sound up. Make sure your speakers
turn
are up.
your sound up on your computer.
We got it. I got it all the way up.
You sure?
Maybe there's a volume on. Okay. Mute. Rico. Okay, unmute.
Okay, John.
Go ahead.
Okay, now when you go into settings, can you see the audio? You click on audio, right?
Settings, audio.
Okay. It has a mic and then it has speaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so on speaker, if you click on that arrow, it gives you that little drop-down menu, right? And it tells you everything you have available that you can select to be the speakers. You want to make sure that it's the speakers for your computer and not the speakers for the because sometimes
make sure the speaker. Say it again. Make sure the speakers what?
Make sure it's the speakers for the computer. Because sometimes it'll use the speaker for the camera. Like it'll use that the little camera speaker. And you don't want to use that. You want to use the speakers for the computer.
Internal microphone.
Correct.
And also, so if you're going to use internal microphone, John, then unplug the microphone.
Oh, I just unplugged. There we go. I just unplugged the what you call it, and I can hear you guys real good.
Okay. And then put your echo cancellation back on because I still hear a little bit of echo. So I think that was in there audio. Yeah.
It's on. All
okay. Right. There you go. We cooking with fish grease.
Y'all,
hey,
yeah.
Hey, John, we probably would have got it done. We probably would have got it done faster if the guy in the middle wasn't there. But that's okay. We got it done now. So we got it done. We got it done now.
John, get you a Presidente. You ain't gotta listen to him. Get you a Presidente.
I got a Coors Light in the freezer. Give me a Coors Light. I don't have no Presidente, but man,
isn't this cool? Isn't this cool, John?
It's cool.
You in the DR. I'm in DC. Clarence is in LA.
Hey, say hello to all my people in from the Dominican route, guys.
Hola, hola,
Hey.
¿cómo está?
So these guys had me on their channel and they are amazing. Tell everybody you guys' channel and how, and just talk about y'all channel just a little bit.
But
before Manuel gets here.
Okay, real quick, John. Chat, can you guys please put a 1 in the chat just so we can confirm that you guys can hear us? Right. So if everybody that's watching, I know this is impromptu, but we're doing this for the first time, and this will help John, and we'll go over it a couple more times so we can start bringing guys up and back and forth and stuff like that. And
so hey, everybody from the Dominican route, you guys will be able to. I'll be able to see you guys' face now. So that's an awesome thing.
Yeah, and we'll teach you how to drop the link in. So even when there's other people in the chat that want to come up, John, you can invite them up as well.
Right.
You got a lot of your day ones.
Yeah, so a lot of ones.
Yeah, but you got a lot of day one people that have been supporting you since day one. Probably want to come up and ask you a question and don't always want to type it. And you be like, hey, I dropped the link. Come on up, hit the link, and we can talk. So when people have questions.
Man, I got a lot of diehard Dominican route fans. So hey, I'm really enjoying that. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all gonna have a bill for me, but that's all right. I'm gonna pay y'all.
A Presidente when I come see you, brother.
That's it. So I think Manuel's supposed to be here soon, but if you guys got a minute to talk, we'll talk and let's just open up for some questions and just go from there. Tell everybody, Brother Clarence.
Hey, John, one other thing. I'm not sure you got that other channel still running. The other stream.
I closed. I think ABC.
But if anybody in the chat, when you came in, because when I came in, I saw 2 lives. And that's the thing. It's like, I think that other one is still running. And then I clicked on this one and I said, oh, ain't nothing up on there. And I don't want some of your guys, some of your subs to be confused because, we were doing this whole test thing. And I think that first one is still running, unfortunately. If not, maybe they'll jump over here. They'll see both running. They'll be like, oh, they ain't saying nothing over here. We can explain it to them later. But go ahead, Brother Clarence.
Hey, you see in the chat already, John, they're asking, who's these fellas? See? They're asking, who are these guys? What's going on out here? Coach, you were running a respectable program, and then you brought these guys up here. What's going on?
Hey, you guys just brought my Dominican route channel up another notch, so that's good.
Oh man.
Okay, so Rico, introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Okay.
All right, my name's Rico Young. I'm an old Negro from the DMV, the Washington D.C. metropolitan area. I got in touch with John, the Dominican route, because believe it or not, I own a home in the DR. I own a home in Punta Cana. I've been going back and forth to the island since I think the first time me and the missus went there 2013, 2012. So we've been going back and forth there ever since. And we bought a home there a couple of years ago. Love it, love it, love it. I go there. I'm there at least a half a dozen times a year. Still a couple of years away from retiring and living there full time, which I will be. Watching John's channel and the way that he speaks about the DR in a very authentic manner, very respectful, very intelligent. It's so different. It's so refreshing from, I'm sure, all the other channels of the way that you see not all of them, but most of the other ones, how they speak about the DR. That will be my new home. I'm going to get residency, citizenship, the whole 9 yards. But however, so I just love his story. And then as I got
DC in the building. Don't.
Oh yeah, yes sir. All right. So I got to know him, through his channel and watching him. Haven't met him yet personally, but it will happen. I assure you. And so I asked him. He came over and did an interview with us, giving us his background and everything on Brother Clarence is going to give you a little bit more about it.
Hey, Brother Clarence, before you say something, hey everybody, I'm running this new StreamYard thing. Darlene we are going to start a day where it's just going to be grown folks talk about the Dominican Republic, women, sex trafficking, and so that's not appropriate for Darlene and Jasmine. So I'm going to have a certain day where we just talk about just grown folks stuff. That makes sense, brother Clarence, Rico.
Yeah, an honest conversation. And
because
it's not a bad.
A lot of times my subscribers, they want to talk about certain things, and I tell them, hey, we can't talk about that right now because I got 13 and 14-year-olds that we gotta, and I'm trying to raise them right, and they kind of look up to me as a father figure. So I just want to make sure, and when I see somebody talking about sex and all that stuff, I make sure I click off them real quick because they're now we can talk about that. We can talk about certain things now, but so I'm gonna always have that separate. So Darlene will not be on here. So anyway, brother Clarence, go ahead.
Okay, I'm brother Clarence, and I come from a channel called Let's Talk to Better Black Life, and we had John on, man, and we had such a good time, man. We had such a good time. And so we try to keep in touch with each other, man. He's busy, we're busy, but we try to keep in touch with each other, and hopefully we can do a lot more stuff together, man. But we talk about, me and Rico, we talk about different stuff, and we have another lady, Patrice, that comes on, and we just talk about different issues pertaining to the Black community and how we can help. We don't restrict it to the Black community, but that's typically what we talk about because that's mostly the people that listen to us. So we just typically talk about stuff that is like affecting our community and try to come up with some solutions to try to fix it. Sort of like what John is doing.
Right, man. I appreciate it. I've been listening to y'all channels for about a month now, a little bit over a month, and you talk about Black, African American, things like that, but you guys talk about everything as a whole, and it's just amazing how you guys are like just open-minded, and it's I know it's to better the Black community and try to uplift the Black community, but you guys invite, like you said, you invite anybody, white, Black, green, purple, Chinese, it doesn't matter who.
Right.
And they give their points of view, and I see the young guys, y'all got young guys on there, you got the old heads like me and like Rico. Rico's the oldest, right? Rico's the oldest.
I'm tied for the oldest. I'm tied.
Oh, brother Clarence.
No.
I'm good looking. I'm young and good looking. Lord. Right?
But they don't call you Pretty Clarence. They call me Pretty Rico.
So, brother Rico, yes, sir. Let me ask you this: since we got a lot of
some of our people got some eye problems, so they call it Pretty Rico.
Since we got a lot of Dominican route people on here, tell us what made you move and purchase a house in the Dominican Republic.
I mean, here's the funny thing about it, right? So, I'm still in the U.S. and I've been saying for years, probably for like 20 years, I had made up in my mind that I wasn't going to retire in the U.S. because it's just too damn expensive. Right. That's it, plain and simple. And I'm cheap.
Right.
I'm cheap. I don't care. Yeah, I'm cheap. I'm cheap. I'm not cheap that I won't pay for things. I'm cheap that it's like, okay, we all make a finite amount of resources and income. And in the U.S., it's just getting more and more and more and more expensive. Yes, so I started watching things around me. Like I started watching people in retirement, elderly people, even to the point like, my dearly beloved mom passed a couple of years ago. But she was dependent on me for financial needs later on in life. And in my head, I never want to be a burden on my children.
Yes.
I've always told myself that, like, I don't ever want them to have to take care of me. It would be nice if they wanted to, but I just don't think it's my responsibility. I don't think they should have to do it because I raised them. Well, you took care of them as kids. Okay, yeah, that was my fucking job. It's not their job to take care of me at 80 and 90. So I want to try to put myself in the best possible position that I can, where I can live out my days and still be able to support myself and my wife.
Right.
Now, I've been married for full transparency. I'll be 58 on the 25th of this month.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're gonna be here. You're gonna be in the Dominican, right? You'll be here.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
I'm gonna be in United States working on the documentary, but
I'll be celebrating my birthday in the DR. But so and my wife, I've been married a few times, but my third wife, she's Salvadorian. Mm-hmm. I didn't meet her in El Salvador. She's American, but I'm just saying her background. So I've always knew. So we've been traveling the last 15 years because we would go on vacation, but I would always vacation with an eye towards, we've been to Costa Rica, Panama, Mexico, places where I'm like, okay, close enough that if something was an emergency, we could get back, but places that we always look towards with an eye towards retiring. Because I tell my wife, when I retire, the income is cut in half, but the bills are not.
Right,
okay?
Right.
So what the fuck are we going to do? And I'm not going to be eating out of the garbage. I still, at 58 years, remember my grandfather being a single elderly person, literally going to the grocery store and shoplifting for food. A lot of elderly people are food deficient, because they just don't have enough between the medication and the food. So it just sort of kind of got to a point where to me, it wasn't a question of me leaving. It was a question of where the hell I was going.
That's right. That's a smart move. That's a smart move. And it's a lot of people that text me all the time about the Dominican Republic, and they want to move here, and they say, "Hey, I'm disabled. I'm this."
A lot of other places,
and a lot of other places like Colombia and
but you got Panama, you got the Philippines. The only reason I was originally looking at Thailand, but it's just the distance.
And you know where Thailand? Yes, the distance. A lot of people.
Mexico is very big too.
Mexico, but a lot of people are moving to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Cambodia. Yes.
Okay.
Vietnam is the cheapest place to live in the world. One of the cheapest places to live in the world. So it's I mean it's a lot of military people. My uncle's friend he was in the Vietnam War, and he moved to Vietnam about 15 years ago.
So those are my drivers, and that's my driver about traveling abroad, period, because I'm a firm believer that there are better places to live than America for a black man too. So I know also being in the DR and other countries, I mean, while I do think that there are issues revolving around anti-blackness and racism, I'm not afraid that I'm going to get shot and killed like I am by the police at home. I'll be honest with that. It just, I don't have that same level of fear to the threat of my life. So I'm actively telling my sons, no, I ain't saying you go to Africa, go to Asia, go wherever you want to go, but go where your money's going to last better. So I'm like, work like a dog in America, get your money up, and then go somewhere where it will take care of you for the rest of your life. So we do all the trips and vacations back and forth to the DR. We finally got to the point where we were like, look, we done vacation enough here. Shit, we might as well buy something because we know that this is where we want to go. That's what we do.
Hey, Rico, brother Clarence, everybody that's tuning in right now, I have the special guest here, Manuel, and everybody say hello to Manuel.
Hello.
Oh, that's Pretty Boy Manny. Can I call him Pretty Boy Manny?
What's going on, Mr. Manuel?
So he speaks English. I mean, he speaks English better than I do, I think. But his
that's a lie.
He's a dancing man. I saw that from the video.
Oh, you saw that video?
Yeah. Almost as good as me. Almost.
Okay, now you can see it.
Oh yeah, we got to kind of put our heads together so
or take turns. Yeah.
So, but go ahead.
Or if you want to slide, hey, John, you may want to, if you can hear us good, maybe push the computer back, and it might get you both in the frame.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, man. Look, that's why you make all the money, Rico.
Especially if we can hear you well,
brother Clarence. Yeah,
he come up with a good one every now and then, John.
That's why I'm in charge. John, that's why I'm in charge.
That's why I got to give him credit for that one. I got to give him credit.
You Michael Jackson, brother Clarence Tito.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
So, hey, since we have somebody that's born and raised in the Dominican Republic, I know it's a lot of people that's on here right now. We have 17 people. Everybody loves, and you know how many girls want to try to get with you in the United States. So,
Yeah.
we might.
Wait. We're not talking about Rico. We talking about Brother Manuel, right? We talking about Brother Manuel.
I said Rico, Manuel.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta make sure.
There's so many people that want to get with man. Yeah.
I did see that, John. I saw that. I was like, oh, them girls is gonna be chasing him. They gonna be chasing that brother.
Yeah, you better give him a stick. You better give him a stick, brother, to walk down the street out here in LA, man. Yeah, you better give him a stick, man.
For real?
Yeah.
That's right.
Keep the girls off, man. You need a stick.
Really? So tell everybody about yourself and what you what you do for a living.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, everything.
Well, you saw me on the video already. My name is Manuel. So I don't know how you say it in English, but in Spanish we say Manuel. You can say Manuel, right?
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah.
So what I do, I went to the university, but I dropped out. I was going to be a lawyer. Then I dropped out, and I started working in filming. I like to do videos, marketing. So that's what I do right now. Social media, the internet is where the money is, and that's what I do. I'm also a certified English teacher, but as a second language here in the Dominican Republic. And that's how I met this guy right here, which is my friend now. He's a good friend of mine. And what questions do you have? What about you, Rico?
Rico, you got any questions for Manuel or Brother Clarence? You have any questions for him? Since we lost Rico.
Are you
and anybody else in the messages, start shooting the questions and we'll get to you. Yeah.
Okay, Brother Manuel, are you Rico? I'm trying to talk, Rico. All right, so Brother Manuel, are you looking to, do your business and stay in the DR, or are you going to looking to move to the US, or how you planning on building your business?
I'm actually planning to visit the US.
Okay.
That's the first step. And here there is a process. We need a visa to go to your country.
Okay.
We have to. It's not just the passport. I mean, you can come here with no problem at all. In order for me to go to I need to apply for a visa.
Wow, I didn't know that.
They can say yes, or they can say no.
And I didn't mean to cut you off. What is the criteria to come to the United States?
All right. The easy way to go, let's say you're an athlete, you play baseball, right? And if you play baseball, it belong to a sport program here. As you know, baseball is our national sport here. That's the number one.
Okay.
So if you get a contract, you can go there immediately. Let's say an average person, like a normal human being, they need to know that you are not going to bring trouble to the States. You've never been convicted to any crime. You've never been in prison. So those are criteria that they're going to look at. They're going to ask you a couple of questions. Where are you going? What are you going to do there? I comply with all the requirements they ask, but it's up to them to say yes or no.
Got you. Okay, Haitian Gunman asks, how did you learn English so well?
At school.
At school. So what type of school was it? High school or okay?
Even though I look 25, I'm 34.
Wow.
And when I learned English, internet was not popular. Well, we didn't have internet in that moment. So I used to dictionary, watching movies, music. That's how I learned, because I didn't have anybody to talk to. So I learned 100% by myself.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Ashley Singleton asks, I want to know, is Manuel single?
I am.
Okay.
Yes, Ashley Singleton. Yes, Ashley. I am single.
Yes, awesome. Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce that name. DV Barrow it's very hard at the U.S. Embassy when applying at the U.S. Embassy. Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for wishing me good luck.
Yeah. Now go ahead, Brother Clarence. Go ahead.
Oh, I had another question. Okay, so are you looking to get married, or are you looking to, anytime soon, and if so, you think you're gonna, be with somebody from the DR, or maybe somebody from the States, or maybe somebody from some other place?
That's a good question, bro. Clarence. Brother Clarence. Yes, that's a good question. I was married once, and I got divorced with a Dominican one, a girl.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So yes, I'm planning to get married again. It could be with a Dominican, or it could be from someone from the U.S. Who knows?
Okay.
He's a very hard worker, and I asked him the same question when I met him. He's like, he's not looking for like a meal ticket to go to the United States. He's looking for like love, and hey, if it's like he said, if it's a Dominican girl or American girl, it just depends. Here, are you Charles? Are you helping John with Spanish? We talked about that the other day, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm trying.
When I come back from the United States, this is going to be my teacher. He's going to help me because I've been here for 2.5 years, and I have a handicap, Rico and Brother Clarence, because the handicap is I got Darlene going everywhere with me, I got Melvin going everywhere with me, and I got him going. So I got them to translate. So I gotta like buckle down.
John,
no, I saw those neighbors working you, man. It was working you. I was like, man.
And John, the crazy part about it is, and it's crazy because, like I said, I've been in a relationship with married to a Salvadorian one for over 10 years, and I barely speak a lick of Spanish. I know tequila, cerveza, and this, that, whatever. Now, of course, here, and the thing is, I've taken Spanish classes like a half a dozen times. I'm just throwing my fucking money away because, and I told my wife, I said, I think I'm gonna wait till I get to the DR, because what's frustrating for me is when I go to class, one week I got a teacher from Argentina. The next time I got a teacher from Colombia, and they're teaching me perfect Spanish. I'm like, I don't even want to learn that shit. I want to learn Spanglish. I want to learn just street gutter Spanish that will get me by, because that's all I need. I really don't need all that. And then I live in my home in the DR, which doesn't help because it's in a heavy tourist area. Living in Punta Cana, all the Dominicans there speak English. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck, when am I going to learn it?
And I'm in an area, I'm in San Cristobal, and it's nearly no one that speaks. It's a blessing. These are probably the only 4 or 5 people in San Cristobal area that
so you ain't got no excuse. I got an excuse.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, next question.
People are speaking English.
Right.
And they will look at me and automatically speak English. And then it's like, well, I ain't learning shit that way.
That's right. Pete, Miguel, what do you think about Americans living in the Dominican Republic? How you feel about that?
Well, I used to work in Punta Cana, and I know a lot.
Thank you, Neckery. I think you beautiful too. I think she's talking to me.
No.
He's so beautiful. Oh, Brother Clarence, who you think she's talking about, Manuel or Brother Rico?
It's got to be either you or Manuel. It's not me and Rico for sure.
Yeah.
She just forgot to put my name. That's all.
Nicauri Lopez. Where are you from, Nicauri Lopez? Where are you from? Thank you.
Nicauri, where are you from?
Where are you from? But yeah, Dominic P. What do you think about Americans in the? The Americans that come to live here, it's 2 things. Two things. Either they're retired, they just want to come here to live the rest of their life in a peaceful place, or they are coming for investing, and they stay, invest in money. So we have a lot of Americans. They have businesses. The ones that live here.
What area are they?
Yeah, they are in Sosua, which is a tourist area. It's a smart idea because you live there and you have a business there, and those places are like a paradise.
Mhm.
It's like a movie. When you live there, it's amazing.
Do you think? And I think she wanted to go into detail. Do you think that Americans are assholes, or do you got good Americans or bad ones, or what? I mean, from your perception, what have you seen about Americans? What's your opinion?
Well, I have not had any kind of bad experience with Americans, because they come here to have fun. So they do not come here for trouble. They just want to have fun, and they don't break any rules. I mean, I have not had any bad experience with Americans.
Awesome. That's awesome, and I pretty much heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do you? Okay. Walter asks, what do you do for a living?
Okay. Well, right now I do digital marketing. I work for a couple of clients, and I also have another side hustle. I work as an Spanish interpreter for a company called Telelanguage,
Awesome.
and that's for Walter. How do you say that last name?
Walter Payton. And you also help out with El Piloto Tour.
Oh yes,
sometimes,
yes.
yeah.
I help El Piloto Tour.
Yes,
sometimes.
awesome. Yeah. So Patrick, on this same case, on this is the same guy dancing with your
Yes,
auntie.
I am.
Yes,
I am.
This is the same guy. Yeah.
Yes.
This is the one that knows bachata and merengue.
Yes.
What's the other one?
Yeah. Salsa.
Salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can do it all.
Oh, but no, they were teaching me how to dance. What you dance in Louisiana.
In Louisiana,
Listen,
listen, Rico and Brother Clarence. My family showed him how they twerk and do booty dancing in Louisiana,
Yeah.
and we were the inventors in New Orleans. So I was kind of embarrassed. That's what they showed him, how to twerk. And my mom, my aunt, and my cousins was showing him how to twerk. I said, wow. I didn't put that on video. I was like, oh my goodness. Like now he's doing some beautiful dance, merengue and salsa, and they down there twerking on the ground. I said,
look, John, you know you can take him out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of him.
They were saying, my cousin was saying, this what Beyonce get this from. This what this, I was like, oh Lord. All right, next question. Rico, look, hey, Brother Clarence, Haitian guys gunman says, Rico, you talk too much.
I was gonna cash app Haitian gunman if I could cash app Haitian gunman, man. I was right. I didn't have him over on our show.
John, when you this pretty, you keep haters. You keep haters when you this good looking.
There you go.
You know what?
Awesome.
What? I got to give a shout out to John and Manuel, because Rico sometimes he makes the light skinned brothers look bad, man. Y'all put light skinned brothers back on the map. Rico, man, y'all got to bring it back to the light skinned brothers.
They don't know. This that OG butter. This that OG butter.
Okay. All right. Next question. Quan, do you think it's possible to turn a Dominican working woman into a wife?
Of course. Of course.
You do.
I mean,
you know what a working woman is, right?
Huh?
No. Do you know what they're talking about when they say a working woman?
Working woman.
Or maybe Quan, can you elaborate on what you're calling a working woman? I don't want to speak out of turn.
A Dominican working woman into a wife. So I guess he's saying like she's working, and then to make her.
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
I don't think that's what he's talking about, John. John, I don't think that's what he's talking about.
What you think he's talking about? Tell me. Hey, we don't have Darlene and Jasmine here, so tell me.
I think he's talking about chicas. Because other than that, I don't think he's questioning a woman with a job. He's questioning a woman, a working woman.
Oh, like a prostitute.
Yeah, John. Okay, come on. You said this was adult conversation.
Brother Clarence, what do you think he's talking about?
Now this is one of those rare moments where I'm gonna agree with Rico, and I think that's what he's talking about.
Do you think that you could possibly turn a working woman?
Well,
okay.
I thought
prostitute or something.
But I thought. Thank you for the clarification, Rico. Because I thought he was talking about like a hardworking woman.
No,
that's what I thought.
So Clarence kind of read, Brother Rico read in between the lines, and he's talking about like a woman that sells their body, but now change them over to a housewife.
Yeah, the answer is no.
That came quick.
That's it. It's no.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Okay, but we say the same thing in the U.S. You can't turn a H into a housewife.
That's right. That's a hoe into a housewife. Why is it so many women in the Dominican Republic that you think? I mean, it's a lot of women that are educated also, but it's a lot of women in the Dominican Republic that do sell their body. Why is that, you think?
I think the freedom now with social media, the exposure that you can sell your body easy. Because 10 years ago, that it was not like that. But now, maybe your neighbor, the one you see every day, she's a hoe, but you don't know,
right?
Because she does it over the internet,
right?
You have like 100 kinds of applications on the phone that you can do it, and no one is gonna know. And that's why, because now you can be a H with no one knowing that you are. You don't have to sit down in a corner anymore. You can do it over the phone, and that's why.
That's good. And I want to say this: when I first heard about beautiful women in another country, it was Rio de Janeiro. All the guys and the porn stuff and all of that stuff. Everybody's like, oh, go to Brazil, go to Brazil, go to Brazil. And that was what 15, 20 years ago when people started talking about go to Brazil, go to Brazil.
Longer than that.
Was
longer
maybe 30,
than that.
30 years?
Rio been 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah. So Brazil was like the spot all the people, black, white, Americans would go to. They go to Brazil and kind of sow their royal oaks and go cheat on their wives and all of that stuff. But now the Dominican Republic is right up the street. I mean, like it's a 2-hour flight. So people don't have to go to Brazil, and people say, yeah. So and you just need your passport. So that's
we have. For example, Boca Chica. Boca Chica is a place very close to the city, to Santo Domingo, which is the capital. And there are people, they give you like a catalog so you can pick. So it's like an organized, it's organized.
You listening, Clarence?
Yeah, I'm learning. They show you like a digital catalog so you can pick the one you want.
Wow.
And they can tell you that they have that in Boca Chica.
Manuel, can I ask you a question, right? Okay, and since we're being honest, and you're an adult, so one of the questions that I want to ask is in particular is, and I don't have any problem with guys coming and doing whatever they want, because I feel like this, the same way that I know foreigners come there to have sex with women. I'm like, it's not like Dominicans weren't paying to have sex with them too. Some, not most, because most could get it for free, but foreigners can't. So, and I get that. And I also do know that the reality is, outside of Thailand being number 1 in the world for sex tourism, I think the DR right now currently is number 2. Colombia is probably going to pass them because a lot of it's moving. Do you think, for me, in my mind, the perspective, I do agree with you 100% with the social media has made it easier, but also does the poverty, meaning that the average wage in the DR is, when I looked it up earlier today, it's about maybe $400 a month.
Yeah.
A month.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to the chat, that averages out to less than $5,000 a year.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
A year.
Hey,
so a 25-year-old woman with 2 or 3 kids trying to supplement her income. I'm not saying I'm glad they're doing it. I understand it. So I think, to me, that's as much of a driver for why they do it, because the pay is so low.
It's so
Yeah,
low.
yeah.
What does police officers get paid here?
All right. So
Same
let me
thing.
just complement what you said, and you're totally right. So we have social media. The reason why I say social media is everybody, poor and rich, they have access to it. So you have prostitution in all levels, because you also have middle class girls that they are doing prostitution online, and they get paid, higher, and that's why. Also, if you go to poor areas, like we have, just to mention one, we have El Capotillo, and we have a bunch of neighborhoods, poor people. There is a lot of prostitution in there, but that prostitution is local. It stay in the area. So it's local. Those girls, they don't come out to do prostitution outside, if you know what I mean. They stay there. Poverty, it's the number one contributor to prostitution. It's the number one. That's the number one reason. Money.
Yeah. That's awesome. I like how you clarified that. So when you say up to them, you mean the U.S. government, right?
When you say up to them, you mean the embassy.
The embassy.
Yeah, there is no like a recipe that they are going to give you the visa. If they want to deny it, they can do it, and they're not going to give you an explanation for it.
That's right. That's right.
But you know what? Look, and Emmanuel, I'm glad you explained that the way you explained that, because I try to tell people that it's really, really, really weird.
Yeah.
It's not really weird. I'm gonna say it's flat out fucking racist, colorist, classist. Because in the U.S., we can pretty much travel to almost any country in the world without a visa.
Yeah.
The only countries I can think of with exception will be like China, North Korea, and maybe about half a dozen countries that will require a visa from the United States.
Right. Yeah.
But the U.S. requires a visa from damn near everybody that's not a Western world. Anywhere it's not just the DR, it's the DR, it's Jamaica, it's El Salvador, it's Nicaragua, it's Honduras, it's Panama, it's Haiti, it's Brazil, it's all of the U.S. will not, because they feel like we're better. Everybody wants to come into here, and the other country. So the travel restrictions back and forth. I agree with you. The way you explained it, and they can just say, okay, I'm having a bad day. Fuck it. I'm not going to give them a passport, a visa. Tomorrow, I'm having a good day. I'll let them slide. There's no reason why. You basically got to catch a U.S. visa agent on a good day. If he having a bad day, you do everything. He ain't giving
there you go.
You catch him on a good day, he's feeling generous.
That's so true. You're right, Brother Rico. Waldo, and what do you think about Americans who is visiting the DR, but they heard horror stories about Dominicans not wanting them there?
Well, that's a pretty good question, because we have never had any problem with any Americans, not that I know of. Actually, Americans are welcome here all the time, because they come as tourists, and this is our economy is based, number one, according to the government, tourist. If you ask someone else, they might tell you it's drugs, narco traffic, right? But if you ask the government, it's going to be tourist. That's our main business. So tourists, it doesn't matter the country, but especially Americans, because they are the majority.
That's right.
They are the majority of the tourists that we get. I promise you're not going to have any problem here.
We heard, everybody heard about that horror story about 5-6 years ago, where they were drinking from the bar, and they got poisoned and they died. The government found out they weren't not trying to kill them. They were just putting fake alcohol inside.
It looks.
Let me correct that. Because actually one of the couples was from right down the street from where I live.
Really?
What they found out was most of those couples just were fucked up before they went over to the DR.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them, the FBI investigated. They found no evidence of tainted alcohol in the resorts, nothing. I'm like, these are people who have came over to the DR, 55, 60 years old, fucked up kidney, liver, and everything else. You know the kind, John. And they over here partying like a rock star, drinking too much, and probably doing a little coke, little blow, whatever, and their body couldn't withstand it. They
couldn't handle it
too much. So that was the thing when we was maintaining and following and everything. And I was like, no, they just was doing shit.
Right.
No bit. And one couple from New York, the guy ended up leaving the Malecon through Santo Domingo, and the car ended up in the ocean.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that.
Yeah, I was like, he had no business driving at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get back to the airport. They found the woman the next day. She died 3 days later. They found his ass a week later, still seatbelt in the car in the ocean.
In the car, they fell off. They fell off the cliff. Hey,
our fault.
No, hey, Jonathan, how long you and Miguel have been knowing each other? How long have we been knowing each other? What?
Probably a year.
A year and 3 months now.
Yeah.
We met through Melvin, and then we just kind of stayed in contact. And then Melvin's so busy with El Piloto Tour, so we just hang out when Melvin is busy. So hey, we became closer and closer, and just good friends. We look out for each other.
I got another question for him, John. Go ahead.
Okay, let me answer Reese's real quick. Reese, people in the chat, please excuse Rico.
Y'all gonna stop picking on me.
Linda Falk, do pretty Miguel consider himself African Dominican? That question comes up all the time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll be posting something on it. So, do you consider yourself, African roots, African Dominican?
Yeah, that's a pretty good question. Well, first, in the DR, we don't have races like in the States. We don't have black and whites. We are all Dominicans. That's one thing. We do not have that type of segregation. So that's Dominican. You have an ID. It doesn't say African American. It doesn't say white. It says Dominican. That's it.
Birth certificate doesn't say
it doesn't say anything about it. So we are all we have all African roots. In our case, Dominicans, we're mixed with everything. Christopher Columbus, he came here, he brought the Europeans, and he brought slaves. So we are a mixture of Spanish, Africans, indigenous. So if I'm going to tell you if I consider myself African, of course, yes, I am.
You have African in you, in your blood.
Of course, I have it in my blood.
Yeah, because Go ahead, Rico. Real quick, Rico.
Right now, pretty Manny, pretty Rico. Okay. Can I give you? And I'm not gonna give you any.
Brother Clarence, I see what you're talking about, Brother Clarence.
No. Because
we got 7 questions. We got 7 questions. Go ahead.
No, what I want to do is I want to ask the question, and I want to ask it in a way that I know so many of your subscribers want to talk about it, but they don't know how. So here, what I will ask you, Manny, right? And I agree. I know, I see and know and experience that from all Dominicans, that they just like, we're Dominicans, right? And I'm like, okay, well, Dominican is not a race. It's a nationality. It's a country, right? We get that. But my point is this. I will ask you with all due respect, do you not see in the DR, because I do every time I go, I'll be there. I'm going to come see you, even though John ass ain't there. I'm coming to San Cristobal. I'm going to look you up.
There you go.
Here, what I'm trying to tell you is this. I watched all throughout the DR people who look like Clarence and darker overwhelmingly be in positions lower in society than people who are light-skinned. And that is the problem that I think people on the outside have when Dominicans say we don't see colors. Like, well, hell, I can't tell because all the white-looking people are at the top and all the black-looking people are at the bottom. So I'll ask you, it's like, how do you reconcile that, or how do you bring that together in your mind and say, well, it doesn't matter, but why are all the blackest people at the bottom and all the whitest looking people are at the top? So when we look at Dominican TV,
right.
we look at, you know it every day, right?
the Haitians. So that you see the Haitians in like cooking in the back and stuff like that. Go ahead and talk about that. The darker people are the ones that's usually in the back in the Dominican Republic, also, right? Is that true?
Well, but it happens. That's a pretty good question, Rico. Let me try to answer it the best way. The whites are above the blacks, but it happens. If you look at all the countries, it's like that everywhere, right?
But we call that racism.
Yeah, so that's the way it's been like that historically. So you have all the empires and everything, all the wealth has been always concentrated in the white people, in the white families, and it has not changed. So it's the same now. In the Dominican Republic, we have a few business families. Their last name are Italians and Spanish, but they are Dominicans, right? But all that wealth comes from them, from family to family. And coincidentally, the majority of people with a lot of money, they look white in here. Now, when it comes to Haitians, remember that here they are immigrant, and the majority of them are illegal immigrants. When you go to another country with no papers, then you are going to have bad times because you have no ID, you have no work permit, so you have to do whatever.
Right.
Because of this reason is that you are going to see Haitians doing work that Dominicans are not willing to do.
Okay, can I give one slight pushback? I'm not even.
Yes.
I didn't even introduce Haitians into the conversation.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even talk about Haitians. I'm talking about Afro Dominicans. We have Dominicans, not Haitians, who look like Clarence that are at the bottom. Forget the Haitians. The Haitians even, and I will get to that later. But the black Dominican, you got what is it? Basamana, that whole community that's full of dark-skinned Dominicans, not Haitians. Because there's an entire, people don't understand. I want to say during American slavery, there was an entire community that left from Philadelphia that repopulated a portion of the DR during slavery, and the generations are from African Americans from the U.S. And they are.
Where are the darker? Where are the darker?
I can't. Manuel will probably tell you the name of the town, but
he just said
true. And I'm
like, that's where Melvin's
so it's like they're still at the bottom, and that's what I'm saying. They're not Haitians; they're Dominicans.
Okay.
So you can't say that the color doesn't matter.
Right. I agree. Yeah. Quan, 1993. It's legal as long as you don't pimp the women out. Okay. So that's
he's replying to this question.
Oh, okay. Section 2. Okay,
yeah,
that's
sex
true.
tourism is too much. That's not good.
Good. No. Have you ever been to the barbershop, the Santa barbershop?
I know where it is. I know where it is. And I know what you're asking, but I've never been there. Santana barbershop, it's a barber where you basically have a strippers while you're having a haircut.
And you
nice.
But they dance and they
nice
while you're having a haircut.
That's amazing.
DR is looking better and betterer. Holy
Brother Clarence. Okay. Okay. What's the those women said things so bad in the DR that they sell themselves to feed their family. So not all women, but
not all women.
But it's
but it does exist here.
It exists, and it's probably more here than it is in the United States. Would you agree?
Oh yes.
Okay,
it's gotta be more.
Yeah, yes, it is. So Stephen Ellis, yes. Okay, what's that, Steve? Miguel, I wanted to ask you: is it true that Puerto Ricans and Dominicans don't get along?
Well, he's actually right, but it was in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
But not now. Wait.
Rico, let him finish, Rico. Let him finish.
Yeah.
Hold up, Rico. Hold it.
Trust me.
I want to correct you though. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I have my uncles. I have all of my uncles.
I will tell you this, right?
Hold on, Rico. 1 second. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
And
Finish.
then-
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay, Rico.
I'm sorry. I thought he was done. Go ahead, Manuel.
I'm gonna give me a beer. Go ahead.
I know a lot of Puerto Ricans.
Well, Haitian gunmen get my ass.
Rico.
I know Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, and Puerto Ricans, they come here all the time. I know when I was a kiddo, there was kind of a beef of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, specifically things related to gangs in New York and stuff like that. Because my thank you, John. John is trying to get me drunk.
Of course. American beer. That's an American beer.
I know my uncles, they were in New York back in the 80s and 90s, and they were doing what they were all doing,
Right.
And they had problem with Puerto Ricans, but that's not an issue anymore. We actually music. I think music has brought everybody together now.
Yeah, baseball.
Yeah, baseball, sports. So I don't. In my opinion, because I live here and I know Puerto Ricans, I don't think we have a problem with Puerto Ricans, even though we still go there illegally.
Right.
Okay.
Because we have
let
Dominicans going there.
I'll get ready to say, let me correct that, right? So I'm not even talking about the US, because within the US, I don't even consider it. I mean, in the US, I don't even take that into concern, because I know that Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Haitians, Mexicans, African Americans, we all at the fucking bottom. So it's just like we're all at the bottom, and in America, we recognize that white supremacy rules supreme over all of us. But that's why we do see color. So in the DR, where they be like, oh, we don't see color, I'm like, well, then that's a problem. You need to see it, because then you will see the differences. The only reason why I said, and I didn't even know, I only found out about this in the last couple of years, about the discrepancy between Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. Because like, well, fuck, they both speak Spanish. What the fuck is the problem? They look alike to me, so you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, why? But what I found out was it spoke to what you said, Manuel. So, and I didn't realize how close Puerto Rico was to the DR.
Yeah,
Super close.
13-hour ferry or a 45-minute plane ride, and you're in Puerto Rico.
And
That's
look
America.
at Walter. I think Walter is Puerto Rican, but Walter's Martinez says we get along with Puerto Ricans fine, just fine. Stop it. So yeah, he might be Dominican. I think Walter might be Dominican. Yeah.
But here's the thing: is what I found out was, which I couldn't quite understand. It was. So I guess like for a Dominican, like, if you want to be illegal or undocumented, illegal, whatever you want to call it, like you said earlier, it's easier for them to get to Puerto Rico than it is to mainland USA. Agreed?
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that there was a large population of Dominicans that were going to Puerto Rico. Because again, if you're making $400 or $300 a year here, well, hell, if I go to Puerto Rico, I can make $1,000. I mean, $300-$400 a month. I can make $1,000 in the U.S. to send back to my family. So I'm like, if I'm a Dominican, I would do it. But when they go to Puerto Rico, the Puerto Ricans have started to reject them. They started treating. So basically, the same dynamic that Dominicans feel about Haitians, Puerto Ricans feel about Dominicans who are coming to the island. And that's why I started struggling with it. I'm like, well, damn. Dominicans don't like Haitians because they're invaders. Puerto Ricans don't like Dominicans because they're invaders. White people don't like Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, why don't they all see that there's everybody's shitting downhill?
Right.
Everybody's doing that. And I'm like, so I would say to my Dominican friends, stop shitting on Haitians, because other people are shitting on you, and other people are shitting on them.
That's how classism works, Rico. Everything.
Go ahead, man.
Well, open your eyes and see it.
Go ahead.
People are trying to survive.
Right.
Yeah, he's not lying.
Oh no, I don't disagree.
Surviving is an excuse for you to shit on the people under you. Understand it and say, okay,
let Manuel comment on it.
Go.
Okay.
All right. So Puerto Rico is very, very close from here. And right now, we are not going as we used to in the past. We used to go to Puerto Rico undocumented. We used to take a boat. We put 20, 40 people in that boat, and we used to take them to Puerto Rico back in 80s and 90s. But right now, we are not doing it. I mean, people still do it, but it's not as same as it used to be in the past. Number one, Puerto Rico right now is not in the best economic situation. They're quote unquote bankrupt. So they had the Hurricane Maria hit it hard. Then they had, what else they had? They got something else I don't remember.
They had an earthquake too.
They're actually requesting Dominicans to go there to work in construction.
To be Haitians.
To be exactly.
To be Haitians.
Right? They don't have as many Puerto Ricans right now, because Puerto Ricans, they're going to the United States.
Right.
Puerto Ricans in a bad economic situation, so they go to the States. So now they don't have the people to do the work, so they need Dominicans to do it. Who else are they going to call?
Hey, guys, I'm really loving this. We're gonna do this more often. I'm not about to go right now, but we're gonna focus on one subject the next time we do this. And just like you guys do, I'm copying everything off of you guys, Rico and Brother Clarence. So
I'm in charge, John. I'm in charge.
There you go. That's right.
When things go bad, he's in charge when things go bad.
Okay, we're gonna go through the next.
Good.
Yeah, Manuel looks very athletic. Walter says, was he a boxer or a kickboxer?
I used to box when I was 12, 13, and 14. I used to box. Yes, you're right. But never kickboxing. Of course, I used to play sports.
Okay, sports. Okay, all right. Bachu. They say that the maintain for the family for the sex trade can be educate themselves to do something better. Yeah, I mean, I think they're saying you can educate you to do something better, because sex is not the right way to go. That's true. Okay, Neil. That is a good question. Sosa, is he talking about
chapeadora?
Chapeadora
is a term, is a gold digger. That's what he's saying.
So
it's the term we use for gold diggers.
Yeah. So chapeadora here is gold digger. That's awesome. That's
real quick, John. Can you apologize to Sister Sharonda? I told you somebody was waiting on that other live.
Oh, really? Oh, Sister
yeah.
Sharonda,
I told John. That's his fault.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get off this live. Hold on one second.
It was close. It was open.
I hope I don't mess it up.
Sharonda, leave this alone. Leave this alone.
Okay, I ain't gonna mess with it, because if I do,
don't mess with it. But I told you somebody.
I'm listening to Brother Clarence. I'm not listening to Rico.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I'm just learning how to do this stuff. All right. Can you reject? Okay, for no reason. Okay, let me get to a question here. There's your boy right here, Gunman Manny. Did you live in the English-speaking country? Your English is on point. His English is awesome. His English is awesome, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you ever live in an English? He's never been to the United States.
No, I've never been to a country where everybody speaks English. I've only been in Spanish countries.
Yes, he speaks English very, very well. Yep.
Right.
What Spanish countries have you been to?
Oh, I've been I visited Guatemala. I visited Panama. I visited El Salvador.
Oh.
I've been there.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Beautiful countries, all of them.
I went on vacation. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful countries.
Okay, DV Bachu. Why do tourists pay higher prices for everything? Why do they have money? They have money. That's why. That's the question.
Any
tourist, every tourist area, everything related to tourists in every part of the world is always more expensive. That's how they run the business.
That's right. Like in San, I didn't mean to cut you off. In San Cristobal, this is not a tourist area.
It's not.
So hey, I'm living the life. Everything is much more cheaper and more affordable here. So I don't pay the tourist price here.
Okay, but John, You do pay more than Manuel.
Hey, but
when you come in there with that broken Spanglish, they charge your ass more.
that's why I go in. That's why I go in there with
Right,
Darlene.
Manuel?
That's why I go in there with Darlene and Manuel, and say and they don't charge me the gringo price. I said, y'all can't charge me the gringo price.
They do me the same thing when I go El Salvador with my wife. My wife said, stand your ass in the corner and don't open your mouth.
That's right. That's right. If I be quiet, I look like I'm Dominican.
Yeah.
Totally.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Anthony, go ahead, Brother Rico.
I actually had a question, man.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Finally, because Rico been having all the questions.
Rico get this libations, man. So all right. So John, this is a question for John and Manuel. Both of you guys live there. You know how things go out there. Now we've been talking about working girls out there, and we weren't talking about regular women out there. Is it more likely that you're going to, if me as an American, if I went down there, would it be more likely for me to find a girl that was ready for marriage, but not a working girl? Or would it be more likely I would run into more working girls before I ran into a wife? Which one would you think I would run into more?
Are you going to answer? Or you're going to answer that?
Well, since you're Dominican, this is your country. You going to
No, but you American. No. But John, you American. You came there. What did you run
Rico,
into?
It's their program, Rico. It's their program.
I know. But I'm saying, I'm asking them to answer it according to the way you asked.
Oh,
He's already been there. So, John, you're being the foreigner. What did you run into most?
That's a good question.
I ran into both. I mean, I could say both. I can tell you, I'll say it like this. It's a swarm of both of them. It's plenty of both of them. It's plenty of the beautiful country girls that's not prostitutes and all that stuff. And it's the ones that just want to make $20 because they know I got $20 in my pocket. It's a swarm of both of them. And
the reason I wanted John to answer is John is the target. Manuel's not. They know he's not the target.
Let's see what Manuel's the target. Yeah, go ahead, man.
John is the target, but go ahead, Manuel.
Yeah, you're actually right.
Okay.
It depends also where you go, because if you go to Punta Cana, you are going to have a lot of prostitution there. People, women, they will approach you directly. If you go to Samaná, Sosúa, Puerto Plata, those are very high tourist areas, and you are going to have more of that situation. If you come here to San Cristobal or the rest of the country, then it's going to be different. You're going to have the normal women. They will not go ahead and approach you like for money. You might find, but it's lower, because I don't want them to have also the impression that everywhere you go you will see a prostitute here.
That's right.
That's what I was trying to make sure. That's not like
you have prostitutes in San Cristobal, but I'll say this: if I go to the, like I went to the emergency room, if I go to the emergency room, and it's a girl that sees and she works there, she's a nurse or something like that, she's gonna be staring at me, and she's gonna be looking at me. Not because I think I'm handsome and all that stuff, just because I'm American. It don't matter me, anybody, because they'll stare at you and say, okay, I'm letting you know that my guard is down, I'm available, and I'm a nurse, but I really want to get with you because I know you're American. So that happens. That's a nurse. That's a nurse. I can go to an ice cream place. I can go to a smoothie place. I can go anywhere, and I'm gonna get that same vibe. They'll look at me and they'll say, "Hey, I'm giving you the okay. Come on over here and talk to me because I can't speak English, but I'm giving you the okay to come over here and talk."
But John, this is the thing that got me right. Like I sitting there and told him, like, I'll be there for my birthday. My 30-year-old son and his friends come. Right, we fly into Punta Cana airport. We ain't got out of the fucking airport, and they done hooked up with 2 or 3 people who work at the airport.
And all you got
at the gas station. They done got another phone number from somebody at the gas station.
and this is what they and there you go. This what they do. This is what they do. They say
do this shit on the spot.
Nobody can understand anybody, but they do like this. They say
Google Translate. Yeah.
Google Translate, but they say, hey, put your phone number in here.
That's it. Literally. I mean, I say, okay, let's go. We go. I live right up the street from Coco Bongo, Manuel. So, with Coco Bongo, so I'm like, okay, we're going to go to Jumbo. We're going to go to the grocery store. They in the grocery store getting phone numbers and names from cashiers who will, on the side, supplement their income. So I'm like,
oh, look, this is an awesome question from Meek Young. I want to ask Miguel, why do you think so many American black men from the United States go to the Latin countries looking for love?
You know what? I think you're gonna have to answer that one.
No, I'm not answering that. I
don't really have the answer.
It says Miguel.
Yeah.
Put it on John. Put it on John ass.
Black Americans, I don't know why they come. I know all of them, all the Americans, they come for at least one or three things. They want to see the beach and stuff like that. The weather, the paradise. They want to get drunk because the hotels are only all inclusive. It's you pay once and everything is free. So you got food, you got everything. Number 3, they want to have sex. They want girls. So those are the main factors why tourists they come here.
Thank you, man. You didn't say nothing about culture. You didn't say nothing exactly. And I respect that. It drives me crazy, the lack of honesty. And I'm like, look, and I get so frustrated because I say, Manuel, I say, look, let me tell you this. If you look at my Facebook page, you got me parasailing. I need to teach my fat ass how to scuba dive. Because they're great places to scuba dive. But I snorkel. No,
that's why I like Rico. That's why I like Rico. Yeah.
No, I love to snorkel. I got my full face mask. I go everywhere where the little pretty fish is. I do the GoPro. You can do hiking. They got beautiful rivers in the DR. They got so much beautiful stuff. They show none of that. All they show is the clubs and the bars and the asses. I'm like, there's too much other beautiful stuff there. They got great architecture. You got great stuff in Santo Domingo, Santiago, Puerto, all over the country.
Oh, hey, Rico, Haitian Gunman, and he's an awesome guy. He's one of my subscribers and followers. He donated $4.99. Thank you so much, Haitian Gunman, for your donation for the channel. Rico, you want me to send you that, or are you? Which you want that?
No,
okay,
that's for no. That's for the
kids, the English program.
The English program, and I'm gonna send you some more money. I don't see where you can donate because I'm gonna quadruple Haitian Gunman just to tell him that look, I love his support.
Thank you. He's on here all the time.
Shout out to Haitian Gunman. Shout out to Haitian Gunman.
You gotta figure out how to drop your John. You gotta figure out how to drop your cash app.
John.
I'm scared to touch something, brother Clarence.
Okay.
I'm scared.
No. John.
Help him, John.
When you see a comment or you see a comment on the side, all you gotta do is click on it, highlight it, and it'll come up on the screen.
In the front.
Yeah, in the front. It'll come up.
So if I want to click on Haitian Gunman, what do I do? Click on it.
There it is.
There it is.
See?
And then when you want it to go away, just click on it again, and it'll go away.
Leave it up there for a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Haitian Gunman, much love and respect to you.
So every time we
love.
Thank you. So every time I ask a question, I can go through questions. I can just click on that and show everybody what question I'm on.
Yeah,
right.
But most people only do it when it's a super chat, like Haitian Gunman did. Right. You highlight their questions because they paid.
I just learned how to cut and paste day before yesterday.
You're doing good, brother John. You're doing good, man.
Hey, Manuel, let me take 2 minutes to pause out and say, man, brother Manuel.
Yes.
let me take 2 minutes to pause and say thank you for sitting here, taking the time, because you don't have to do this, and giving us your time and answering our questions, whether they're comfortable or uncomfortable. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And
everybody wouldn't do it, but thank you. You know, that's important.
So what we are planning on doing, we're going to partner together, and he's going to be on the channel like two times a week or 1 time a week. So we're just kind of doing a trial run right now, and it's going really well right now. So a lot of people are liking it, and he told me the other day, and he helps me out with my YouTube channel a lot. But he said, "Hey, John, yes, I know you love children, you love kids. I love working with kids. That's my passion. But we can do a live and just separate it." And then that's when I reached out to you, Brother Clarence and Rico, and you guys helped me out with the StreamYard and all of that stuff. So, man, it's just, and white people, black people, it's just amazing when we work together. It's just like you guys, and y'all not getting paid for this. Y'all helping me like getting jump started, because I had nothing. I didn't know what to do from here. And now my YouTube channel is growing. So thank y'all. I want to thank y'all.
No, we don't do that, John. We brothers that do for brothers, period. We don't do that. We just do the work. We just do the work.
Thank you.
I don't know, damn, thank you. Keep doing the work.
And you know Brother Clarence, you had a question. Go ahead.
One question though, John. Drop your Cash App in the chat.
Okay, I will.
If people want to make a donation, because he's not running the Cash App across the bottom, Clarence.
Yeah, I got to
ahead,
how to do that.
And
but I think he got enough on his plate today. I'll explain that to him later, because I think he got enough on his plate today.
All right, well, put it in there so I can make a donation.
All right, go ahead with your question,
Well,
Brother
Clarence. On Big Booty Judy down the street.
Well, my question is, here in the U.S., we're having a serious issue with marriages lasting. Marriages are not lasting that long. Do marriages usually last? And when I say long, I mean like outside of maybe 5 or 10 years. A lot of marriages are breaking up in the U.S. And so, this goes across race, color, everything. So in the DR, are you guys experiencing that as well? Or are marriages typically staying together? Yeah, that's how you do it, John. You just got to play around with everything and just take a look at it.
Did I do something wrong?
No. You just see on the bottom where you can decide which.
Okay, I got it.
You can make everybody side by side, the same size. You can make
why it went small like that.
Yours bigger, yours small. That's just how you just gotta.
I don't want to exit off of it. How do I make it bigger? It was bigger. But I'll just leave it alone. Go ahead.
Yeah, leave it alone. It's fine, man.
But
that was my question for you specifically, Manuel. And then if John wants to say something about it as well.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna try to give you the best answer. You have a pretty good question. It's awesome. That's a global issue. Marriages are not lasting longer as before anywhere. Okay. Why do you think that's happening here in the DR? Before, women were more dependent from men.
Okay.
Now they work more. They are independent, so they are not willing to tolerate many things. So that's one factor. Number 2 factor is the global. There's like a global plan to destroy family and stuff. I don't know if you've noticed. So they are selling you the idea on TV and stuff that you don't have to marry, that you can be free and you can do whatever you want. So people are no longer getting married as before. Marriages are not lasting as before, as you said in here, but also young people, they don't want to get married. They just want to live together, but not put a ring. They don't want to purchase the ring and put it in here.
That's great. That's great. I agree 100% with him, because you see it everywhere across the country. What I have noticed, and I hope I don't offend any type of Dominican person, and forgive me, I'm not trying to offend you, a lot of Dominicans, and this is my perspective, a lot of Dominicans say they are married, but they are really not married on paper. On paper, I could be wrong, but it's, and so I want you to comment on that.
Yeah.
I mean, they say, "Hey, this is my esposa," but they're really not like legally married.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
is that true?
Yeah, that's another thing. So,
I got a backup question after that.
yeah, when you move in with a girl and you have a time together, like let's say you have a year, 2 years, and you ask them, they're gonna say, "I'm married. That's my wife." But that person is probably not married, legally married. It only means that they have been together long enough to call themselves husband and wife. And Joan is right.
Awesome. Hey, Haitian Gunman, out of respect, he has a question. He says drop a link because he wants to come on there, because everybody that donates money, I try to put them first, and he's awesome. So let me figure out how I can drop.
What does that mean? Manuel is sharp as
Just like you did it before, John. Just like you did before. You click on invite. You click on invite, you copy it, and then you just put it in the chat. Paste it in the chat. Yeah.
Copy.
And then you paste it in the chat.
Copy clipboard.
Yes.
Okay, go here, and paste.
Hey,
I don't know what I want to know what I would do without you, Brother Rico. I could do a lot without Brother Clarence. I don't know what I would do without you, but Brother
I'm
Rico,
in charge. Hey, let me
Hey,
ask
with
you a question,
Rico gone, you're gonna have much more of those cervezas left, man. Because Rico's gonna clean you out of those cervezas, man.
But Manuel, let me ask you a question. And when he hit the link, when Haitian Gunman hit the link, John, you should see him pop up.
You see it, click it right there.
So Manuel, let me ask you this question, right? Because I think it was a great question where you answered as far as how things are changed. So my question was this. Because, and I don't even think this is just a DR problem. I think this is just a problem all throughout Latin America, Africa, and everywhere else. So when we look at like Brother Clarence was asking about relationships, and I'm like, so men will always say, American men will say, oh, women in Colombia, the DR, Africa, they more submissive. And I'm like, yeah, because as we talked about, there are high levels of domestic violence that exist in those societies. Would you not agree that in the DR, because I know I see it all the time in the paper, in the Dominican paper, where the guy get mad, he throws some fucking acid or lye in the woman's face and disfigure her for the rest of her life. Mm-hmm. And he might get a couple of months and he back out on the street. So I'm like, yeah, that's going to make a woman be more submissive than America, where women have freedoms and they know that's just not going to happen. So, and it's not a DR thing. It's El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama, the Middle East, Africa, Asia. You can't, women, unfortunately, whether as men, do you admit that women are second-class citizens?
Oh, that's a great question, Rico. That's a great question.
Second-class citizen. They're not. Men are here. Women are here.
That's a great question.
And that's just not the DR.
Do you think
I know it exists all throughout the world, other than Western countries.
Let's see what Manuel. Yeah. What do you think about?
No, he's actually right. I mean, women being submissive is part of our culture. It's part of it's Latin American culture. Men has always been, well, not anymore. It's been changing a little bit, but men has always been the head of the family. It's been the financially the head of the family. Culturally, it's been the head of the family. We've been having lately, before the pandemic, we used to have a lot of domestic violence. But after the pandemic situation, we've been having more cases, like you said, of men. But also, Latin Americans, women might be submissive to Americans because they see you as an opportunity sometimes to travel. They see you as an opportunity to financially. Maybe you can support them financially. So they might be submissive for that reason also.
That's a
Real
great
quick, Quan, keep that shit out your mouth. I'm a commander.
You
I'm a
got it,
commander fan. I'm a commander fan. Come on, I'm
Yeah.
a Ravens fan. I'm a
A Ravens
commander fan. Or red. I don't want to use
What's
that
the Commanders,
slur.
Rico?
Red
Rico, what's the
fan.
Commanders? What are the Commanders?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Washington football team.
All right, we have a question. How did Manuel know Melvin? How did Miss Patrick Stowell wanted to know? How did you know Melvin?
Well, Patrick, Melvin and I, we've been friends for 15 years. Yeah, 15 years we've been together. And believe it or
How
not,
old are you, Manuel? Real quick,
I'm
how old are
30,
you?
34. I'm 34.
Okay, all right, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Almost as young and handsome and cute as me, but go ahead.
in 15 years, Melvin and I, we have never, not now that I think about it, we have never had a fight. We have never had any kind of these friends for 15 years. I support him. He supports me. Good chemistry.
And when he kind of their circle is like really tight. And then when Melvin kind of co-signed and said, "Hey, this guy, he's a part of our circle. He's from the United States. His name is John." And then after that, me and Manuel, we've been very good friends and just helping each other out with a lot of things. And he helped me out with my aunt and my aunt's birthday party, and my mom. We just had a wonderful time.
Well, the thing with John is the type of person that he has no evil. His energy, it's positive.
Right.
So that's why we connected. We connected right away.
I'm not perfect though.
Well, I'm not perfect either. No one is. But he's the kind of person that the energy that emerges from him, it's positive. It's good. He's
Right.
not gonna hurt anybody. That's you. So he's the kind of person that shares with people, with the kids. So that, I think that's what put us together.
Right.
That's what
right.
I think, yeah.
And Melvin and the whole nine. That's a great. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Shoot, I'll give you your check later on. I paid him to say that.
Hey, Lopez Joshua. Yeah, me and Manuel got the same gene. We both look 22.
Kwame Jones. I don't see that. Hey, that's funny. Haitian gunman. I don't see. He didn't come in. So, Brother Clarence, did I do something wrong? He did not come in.
No. It looks fine to me, brother. So he
He might just didn't hit the link yet.
Yeah,
The link looks
Oh,
good.
there he is. There he is, right there. There he is.
And then go over his picture, his avatar, and click on it.
Add your stream.
There he is. He coming
that
up.
should be him.
Who's that?
No, that says Josh.
That's another one.
That's somebody. Should I remove
Yeah, remove that.
Yeah,
And find
yeah.
Haitian gunman.
Okay, so this is what you do, John, because sometimes people will, if you don't know them, it could be a bot, which is sometimes these people will
Russian bots.
Yeah, they'll send an avatar up there, and it looks good and everything, and then it's actually they'll run some porn or something. After
I just saw a guy and he was just showing his stomach, and I said, okay, yeah.
Right.
I was like,
so you just want them to make sure you try to make them wave their hand or something, just to make sure that they're a human being. Make sure they show their face so that you can see that it's a human being, and then they can go back to doing whatever they were doing. But as long as you can see that they're a human being.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, Quan, 1993. Why do you think that Dominican women love African American men? Did I already read that already? Okay.
Yeah, you read that.
Okay.
So
hey, one thing, Rico, and Brother Clarence, Miss Sharonda, she's one of my number one supporters, and
I know.
Say hello to Miss Sharonda. She's married to a Dominican guy in the Dominican Republic. Miss Sharonda, can you come on? If you can't, that's fine. But she's married to a Dominican guy.
I would really like to talk to her if she would come up, man. I really like that.
And Miss Sharonda, just hit the link. You don't have to be on cam. You can stay behind the avatar. Maybe show yourself to John, because no one will see you.
We got Manuel that's giving us the male side of it, and I'd like to get the female side of it if we could.
Here's Haitian Gunman. I think we got him.
I don't see
Haitian Gunman.
That's a nice name. I like that name.
We're waiting.
Let's see. Haitian gum. It's not nothing popping up now. I clicked on it. It says
It might be his
remove.
connection.
Well,
It might be his connection on his end.
yeah. Close. Remove it. Oh wait.
Okay,
There he is.
You hear Haitian?
Hey, Lorenz. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, he hung up.
Now,
Lorenz.
sometimes they'll pop out like
Lorenzo
that when the
asked,
connection is bad.
Miguel,
Deronda, if you
Miguel-
want to go up to where it says the Dominican route and the StreamYard link, click on that link and that should bring you into the stream.
Yeah. Hey, Lorenzo asked, what race of women do you prefer, Miguel?
The race of beauty. If she's beautiful,
There it is.
Good answer. Good
Thank
answer. Good answer, young man. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
But what it's also it counts what's on the inside also, right?
yeah, of course.
Let me ask you a serious question, Manuel. Okay, so I mean you're 34-year-old Dominican, you've been with your country, so on and so forth. And I see so much promise and so much beauty for the DR, but I also see just so many things. Like it's funny. Like I'll be honest. I'll be on I'm on a bunch of Dominican expat Facebook pages, and one thing that kind of always surprises me about Dominican is like they are fucking rabidly defensive about the DR. And I never quite understood it. I'm like, well, like you might be like, oh no, you can't say nothing about the DR. You can't say about the DR. I'm like, you're living in poverty. Why are you so defensive about a government? And because I'm just asking Dominicans. I'm like, okay, in the USA, right? When our government doesn't serve us, John will tell you, we bitch, we whine, we complain, we march, we protest, we do everything. Oh, the government not doing stuff that it should be doing for the people. We do that. We don't defend the government for its failures. But what I notice about Dominicans they don't complain about the government not doing shit, but you better not say nothing about it. And I'm like, huh?
Right.
So you complain about
I get that sometimes too, where with my YouTube channel, I get Miss Sharonda's trying to come on. Oh, there's Miss Sharonda.
Yeah, that's her.
Hi.
Hey, beautiful.
How you doing? Thank you.
John, you got it now, right? StreamYard is a winner, right?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Miss Sharonda. I know
Thank
you've
you.
been on this channel a lot. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
right. And she has done so much. So, Miss Sharonda,
Yes.
tell us your background, your about your husband, and where are you from?
Okay, so I'm from New York, Queens, New York, and I actually met my husband in New York, and I actually met him at work, almost 21 years ago.
Awesome.
We have a 15-year-old, and we only been married about 6 years. And we one of those. We lived together, saying we husband and wife, no paperwork, no nothing. Until one day, my daughter at 8 said, "How come I don't have the same last name as she?" And that's when we decided to make it official. So, that's really it. And I don't speak Spanish. I'm learning now. And my husband was trying to teach me at one point in time, but I was being a little stubborn about it. I figured he speak English in the house. What's the point? So never learned, but I'm learning now.
Where is he from in the Dominican Republic?
Katui. And we actually, Katui, yeah. So we actually have a condo there. So we do travel to DR at least 2 to 3 times out of the year. Actually, we just came back 2 weeks ago. So
girl, you living my life. I love you.
Can I ask you a question, Queen?
Sure.
What made you decide to marry a Dominican man? I mean, what attracted you to him?
It's so funny when you say that. I was never attractive, and I'm not trying to be funny. I was never attracted out of my own culture. Like, I'm not used to Spanish music. I wasn't used to Spanish food. You know, I come from a West Indian
Loved
background,
him.
so
You just loved his ass. It was
and
so
then one day, and then one day, you know, we worked together. So we worked together, and he got us in a way. He kind of like grew on me. So, and then it became a little bit more, then a little bit more, and then I started getting a little more, I guess, open or accepting, you know, to basically what he was about. So, but that's really it. And I mean, we've been together ever since.
Because
awesome.
Queen, what I want to find out is was there something specifically Dominican about him that attracted you, or just that he was just a good dude? And,
so just like some of the just like some of the men who come to the DR to find themselves some nice tan girls and long hair and nicely shaped females. I saw similar in that with him as well.
Okay. I mean, just being honest, right? We just being honest.
Yes.
Sharonda, what I wanted to try to explain to people is, because what I hear you say in your story, which reminds me of mine, is like you know, like I said, I have a Salvadoran wife, and I tell people all the time, like, I don't even see her as Spanish.
No, me neither.
Her Hispanicness,
you get used to it.
It means nothing to me. I'm like, I don't speak the language. I don't barely like the food. It's like, no, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
Her being Hispanic had nothing to do with it. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand that you can find an attraction to someone of a different ethnicity, and their ethnicity literally has nothing to do with it. I'm like, okay, my wife's Salvadorian, but like, so fucking what? I don't like El Salvador. I don't like Salvadorian people, but I love my wife.
Right. That's a great point.
It has nothing to do with her being Salvadorian.
Yes.
Right.
Or your husband being Dominican.
Yes.
Miss Sharonda, what is the when you met their family, were they welcoming?
Okay, well, we got an echo. So let me tell you what's going on.
Okay.
The queen probably still has a YouTube window open. So when you come on StreamYard, you gotta close your YouTube window. So everything is just coming through the StreamYard.
Okay, let me come. It probably is because I.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that was damn. She was perfect.
Yeah. I was going to answer that. Okay. Well, when she comes back. Okay, Manuel, why does women throw themselves at men in the Dominican Republic?
Oh, and Sharonda, please come back. Sharonda, please come back. We want you to come back, Sharonda.
Debbie, why those women throw themselves to men? Do they? I mean,
do they?
I mean, that's your opinion. You just say yes or no. You don't see that?
I don't think they do.
Okay.
Like throw to men like that. I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
Oh, cool. She's back.
She's back.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Sharonda.
Yes. So, okay, about my husband's family. Now here's the funny thing. For the first maybe 6 months or so, he never told his family he was dating a black girl.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
He never. They knew he was dating, but the first couple of months, they. Okay, let me not say that. The mother's not naive. When I call, she can tell by my voice. You could tell by my name that I am Afro, but he never came out and told her that she's actually black. And how did
she take it?
And then she wanted to meet me. She wanted to meet me. So, and that's the thing. I guess when a Dominican man really likes you, he brings you home to his mother. But he is usually like that. He brings you home to your mother. So he's trying to figure out how to slide me in there.
Wait, Queen. I don't mean to interrupt you, but was that a problem that you were Afro?
My husband's family, I think in the beginning, I'm not gonna say they was not racist.
Tell the truth.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to do it in a nice way. I don't think they was racist, but they're not used to 'cause the mother is very country. She's very light skinned. She does have
Miora
dark
La
people in her
Raza,
family.
whatever the hell they call it.
Huh?
Miora La Raza, better the race, whatever they call it. I can't say it in Spanish.
Yeah, so she came to this country, you know, just hearing negative stuff, I guess.
Okay, so that was my question, Queen. Last interruption. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Please forgive
that's
me.
okay.
Did they have a problem with you being Afro, or did they have a problem with you being American?
I think
Afro.
I'm getting ready to say that. I think it was more Afro in the beginning. And then when she got to know me, she started getting a little bit more comfortable. She don't speak no English still. So everything has to be done through translation. She's here in the US. So I think in the beginning it was because I was Afro, not actually American.
Gotcha.
Manuel, who behind your shoulder?
Huh?
I know, Manuel, who behind your shoulder? Who creeping behind you?
Probably AB, my son. That's my son. That's
okay.
That's my.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Now here's another thing.
Uh-huh.
Now, as we were dating, he had a couple of friends in his ear, you know, to not break us up, but you know, to like scare him away in the sense of, you know, don't get her pregnant. or I heard this one: Black girls only want Dominican men so they can have children with long hair. I swear, I used to. Yes,
with nice hair. Yeah.
Yes, that was the saying, you know. Or they want kids of different color complexion and stuff like that. So it was little things like that. But I eventually shut that down. Trust me, I did.
Okay, Javon, we're gonna come back to you, Miss Sharonda. But Javon McGee, I want to ask Miguel, why do you think so many Dominicans move to New York, Philadelphia, or Miami, Florida?
That's an easy one.
Why?
Historically, Dominicans go to New York because they have Manhattan and Bronx.
The Bronx.
You don't need to know English mandatory.
Never.
You can survive with Spanish.
Yes.
Florida, Spanish. Philadelphia. Dominicans go to Philadelphia a lot.
Yeah.
So, but Sharonda, she knows that.
The Bronx.
Historically, they have been going to New York, to the Bronx specifically.
So you all are in the Bronx, right, Miss Sharonda?
No, I actually live in Queens, but Bronx is highly populated with Dominicans and Puerto Ricans.
And
Queens,
Washington Heights, right?
Washington Heights, yes. Just, you know, no offense, it's the whole Bronx. It's the whole entire Bronx.
Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Salvadorians, they move to communities that are populated or predominantly of their same community.
Yeah.
Mexicans do the same thing. That's why Mexicans move to Texas and Southern California.
And don't forget New Jersey.
They move to communities that have a predominance of their ethnicity.
Right.
And what happens is, so when you hear a lot of these butthurt dudes or women that say, oh, I don't want to bring them back, because when they get within their community, outside of their community, so a Dominican woman outside of the Dominican Republic in Washington Heights, she's the same as in Dominican Republic. Fuck you, I don't have to listen to you because I'm not people.
Here's the thing.
That's why the guy don't want to bring her ass back.
I'm about to say that.
You.
When a Dominican woman when a Dominican woman comes to the U.S. or even to New York, they do not need no one, no help, no nothing. They're very independent, extremely. I mean, even the way they act and talk and the way they change. I mean, it's a totally different story. You know, there's no, you know, I need you, no nothing. You know,
right.
They don't need anything at all. And in New York, every borough has a community that's heavy populated with Hispanics. In Manhattan, we have Spanish Harlem, which I'm pretty sure some people heard of. Like there's places. In Queens, we have Corona and Jackson Heights, very populated with Latinos. And I have to say Latinos because it's a mixture of a lot of Hispanics.
So in America, you got to bring her ass to Alabama.
Not in Alabama now. Alabama. When they get an Alabama man, they don't need y'all no more.
I'm gonna take it to Mississippi, I'm
Hey.
gonna take it out somewhere
Well, Jeff,
with the fewest. Literally, I swear to God, and God be like, "Oh, I ain't gonna bring them back." I'm like, "Yeah," because there's nowhere in America. Wherever you bring them, you're gonna bring them to a population of the least amount of Hispanic. Because when she can be in a space where culturally there are more Hispanic people or people who speak her language, she's gonna quickly find out she don't need your motherfucking ass. And that's what scares you.
you believe that, Mr. Ronda? Is that true?
It only take a friend. All she needs to meet one person to put her on. That's it.
Hey, Jeff
That is
Bird,
it.
Jeff Bird, do Miguel see himself living somewhere besides the Dominican Republic?
Of course, yes.
Really?
I would like to go to the States, but I will not stay undocumented. I mean, if they give me a visa for 6 months, I will come back in 5 months.
Right.
I don't want to stay anywhere
Yeah.
undocumented.
Right.
Question, Manuel.
You know, it's so funny you say that because my family used to tease me. The first thing they would say, "Do he got his papers?" Meaning, like, did you marry him to give him his papers? Did he have his papers?
How long did it take? That's a good question. How long did it take for him to get his paperwork once you guys got?
He had his paperwork before we got married. He was already a citizen before we got married. He came here as a teenager.
Gotcha.
So
let me ask you this question, Manuel. Coming from, and you're coming from a culture, the DR, which is a very machismo. I think that's the word they use. Machismo culture.
Yeah.
Now, say for example, okay, I'm gonna sponsor you. Bring Manuel. Ain't no booty call, no woman nothing. But now you're in America. How are you going to cope? I'm not even, forget the women and all that shit. How are you going to cope in a society? Now you're among men, and all of a sudden, it's not a machismo society. How do you, I guess, get yourself to wrapping around like, hey, this is just the way it is. I'm not in a place where there's all, the male is the dominant space. We got to treat women with respect. I want to know, how does a Latin man's mind transform to being more accepting of a space where women are equals and not lesser than? Because I mean, and the only reason I'm representing this, in that Latin space, we know, and I'll be honest with you, the woman is, they're fucking lesser than. Okay, they're second class citizens. Okay, let's not be, and I'm not saying in a bad way. That's just how the structure is.
I think Manuel has a lot to say on that. So
that's why I'm asking him.
Yes, I agree, and a little bit of disagree, maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
Because all right, this is a machista society, like you said. However, this is not Islam where women have no rights. I don't want to give the people that impression that here women have no rights. That's not the case. That's not the kind of situation here. Women, they have the same rights as any other men. Before, historically, women were very dependent of men. And the problem that men are facing now is that women are independent. Sometimes that increases the rate of violence, since women they don't need no men anymore. It actually stresses out the men, So it's not like women have no right. I don't want to put it that way, like second class society, because it sounds more like an Islamic country where women they need permission to say something. That's not the case. Okay. However, you're right. Our culture is machista, chauvinist. I mean, men is the head. Mm-hmm. That is disappearing little by little since women are more and more and more independent.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Brother, I love you. I love the answer. Because the whole point is and you know what? I was on a channel previously where somebody just the other day, right? They were talking about Brazil. And the guy was like, "Oh, the feminism." And the guy, "I went to Brazil because of the feminism in America." And the guy was like, "Feminism is starting to exist even in Brazil. Women around the world are starting to wake up to the bullshit. So I agree with you that. And again, machismo is the word that we use for Latin America. And I do agree this is degrees. In the Middle East, it's even worse. They'll be the last motherfuckers to change. But they're going to have to change too. But they're going to be the last to change. But brother, you lift my heart.
Hey, we have another great question. Read that question if you don't mind.
Why do you think America changed Dominicans? What does he mean?
Money.
We go there.
Money.
Yes. So, Mr. Ron, go ahead. You answer
that. Money.
I dated a Dominican girl when I was with the Yankees, and she was totally different from the Dominican girls here in the Dominican Republic. So anyway, go ahead, Mr. Ron.
That question right there is because of the money. You know, it says why? Well, it says, let me see. Why do you think American changes Dominicans? Because of money. So money is the root to it all. It's power.
Let's see what Manuel says.
I agree. I mean, I've never been there.
So
I've never been there.
Yeah,
so I think my answer is not even relevant to that question.
Right, because you've never been there.
Yeah, I've never been
there. Go ahead, Rico.
My question is this. Let me ask you this. Is there a difference between a Dominican and a Dominican American?
I never dated a Dominican American.
And what I'm saying is, I'm saying a Dominican born and raised in Dominican Republic, and a Dominican American. Because see, people will say they're the same, and I'm like, oh no, they're not.
So my husband was raised in the Campo, so I guess that's the country part. So his upbringing is a little different. It's a little old-fashioned in a way, you know. But when he came here as a teenager, he kind of got like a little Americanized. So he started changing with the time and changing his behavior to fit in, I guess. So from what I see when I go to DR compared to how he acts here, it's a difference. So, you know, but my husband is more Americanized than anything. He has more life here in the US than he had in his own country. But when he's around his family, I guess it all comes back and he starts behaving a different way. But he don't behave differently with me. Like, you know, if there's no macho thing going on and stuff like that. You know I am. But
I'm sorry, Miranda. When in Rome, do as Romans.
Romans?
When in Rome, do as Romans. That's a good saying. Yeah, that's a good quote.
Oh, it's a saying. Okay.
So what you're saying is, and that's wonderful, because I always tell everybody a Mexican American and a Mexican is two different things. A Dominican American and it's different. So a Dominican is much more machismo than a Dominican American. You agree, Manuel?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, Marcus. Marcus has a question. I wanted to ask Manuel or Coach John. I noticed that a lot of Latin women from other countries love dating a married white guy than Latino men or African American. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, of course. And my answer might sound kind of
you good. That's why the children are not on here.
When a Latina see an American, they see an opportunity, as I said before. If they see a white American, they think they see money.
That's right.
At the top. White first.
They see him at the top.
Because white first.
Because the culture has been, repeating to you all the time that the wealthiest people are the white people, blah, blah, blah. So when a Latina, specifically a poor Latina, see a white American, what she sees is an opportunity to either make money or go to the United States.
That's right. Yeah. And not have to live in poverty.
And the Americans that come here, the white Americans that come here looking for a woman, they're always under 70s, retired men, retirees. and they're looking for, you know, a woman, and they have money.
That's right.
And
That's right.
they actually have money because they have nothing to do with the money. They're single.
That's right.
So
That's right.
they come here.
I love
you
it.
know, yeah.
Brother Clarence. I watch 90 Day Fiance all the time, but Brother Clarence, Brother Clarence, go ahead. I can't.
You on mute, old Negro. You on mute.
You're mute. No, he's not actually.
No, he's not on mute. I can't.
I was actually pointing to Rico when Manuel was saying how Americans come over there old and ugly and
That's not what I said.
All right. Hey, okay. What apps can you use to chat with Dominican women? Well, do you know any apps? I don't.
Instagram, Facebook,
Tinder.
Facebook.
That's what they told me.
Yeah.
That's what they told me. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Tinder.
Yeah, but in Tinder, you are going to speak to women that are specifically looking for sex.
That's what he looking for. Tinder. What I heard. That's what I heard.
Facebook is more general.
Yeah, Quan asked 1993, why isn't basketball as big as baseball in the Dominican Republic?
There is no money in basketball here. The money is in baseball. So that's why.
And boxing.
Yeah, we are growing. Boxing here is you're totally right, Rico.
It used to be bigger. Boxing used to be bigger, which is surprising to me how the fight game fell off in the DR, because at one point boxing was bigger than baseball. Baseball's always been big since all the way back to the Negro leagues. They've been recruiting from Cuba, the DR, all of Latin America, back to when baseball was segregated.
Right.
So a lot of the Cuban, Dominican, black baseball players would go and they played in the Negro leagues because they couldn't play with the white boys because they were Afro Cubans and Afro Dominicans. Wasn't letting them play with them white boys.
That's right. Well,
they did. They're in the Negro Leagues Hall of Fame. Cuban baseball players.
Corn 1993 says all Hartford should show basketball is successful in the Dominican Republic. There's a one-armed guy from the Dominican Republic. He has one arm. He's doing pretty good.
Oh, he's doing pretty good.
Yeah,
his father was a basketball player.
That dude is bad.
It was here. I met his dad.
You met his dad?
Yeah, he was an awesome basketball player here. He used to represent the country internationally playing basketball.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ashley. Oh wow. Uh-oh. You got some more. This not for you, Rico. It's they saying Miguel, but it's Manuel.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's Manuel.
Did she ask for my IG? You sure?
That's not true. That's not true. Hey guys, Miss Sharonda, we have been talking about great ideas, and Brother Rico and Brother Clarence, they really helped me out, and you helped me out also. And we just decided to go live before I went to the United States. You think we can do this one more time before I leave?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna do it one more time before I leave, and then you have a computer at your house, and maybe you can get on the live stream also, right? Yeah. So we're gonna do this again. Put you guys on. Brother Clarence, you think we should put Brother Rico on there also?
Yeah, man, let him come on, man, because he is a fan favorite. He is the fan favorite. Yeah,
Miss Sharonda, we got to have a female on there. So, Miss Sharonda, you think you'll be able to get on next time also?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I represent the females who's married to the Dominicans. Dominican. One question I have one question for Manuel. I don't know if it came up on the. Yes, Manuel. I said Manuel. Sorry, Manuel. Do you consider yourself Afro Dominican or Afro Latino? Because there is a difference.
Is there?
Yeah, here. Yeah, I know. You know what it is? Because here, okay, say like if you filling out an application, it usually asks you about, your background or whatever. and it would have Afro Latino. So I guess is that Latinos for every Hispanic person who looks dark? So that's why they say Afro Latino.
Oh, all right, then I am Afro Latino then.
Oh, okay.
So let me ask you, Sharonda, what is your husband?
What so funny? Here's another thing. My husband will call himself Dominican. He would not say he's black. He would not say he's Afro. He would say, yes.
The reason why I asked you that, because Manuel, don't you duck and dodge. He came to the conversation with that same standard Dominican answer that all Dominicans use, that we're going to break this shit down. Y'all going to stop that.
I got a better one for you.
I would tell all Dominicans, you are Dominican without a doubt. 1,000% you are all Dominican. But you can be white Dominican, you can be Afro Dominican, you can be Asian Dominican, you can be indigenous Dominican. Fucking choose one. You're all Dominicans. But just being Dominican alone, let me finish.
Yeah.
When people talk about Haitians, the first thing y'all think is they're all black. All Haitians are not black. We have
some white ones.
You have white Haitians.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get to call themselves, oh, I'm just Haitian. No, you're fucking white too. You can't separate that.
Right.
But no, like, y'all do. What I'm saying is, then stop thinking that. The only thing I would tell a Dominican is this: the black dollars around the world is growing. It's growing in America, in Europe, and everywhere else. For so long, you guys have looked towards the white dollar, and you thought, but you know what? There's a huge opportunity that I think that Dominican people, that you, Melvin, Manuel, and Melvin can say, look, I want to start promoting myself to that this Afro dollar period. There's billions of dollars that you guys can do.
Hey, well, let me say this, and Miss Sharonda, I interviewed Darlene's grandfather.
Okay.
He's probably like 8. I'm gonna post the video tomorrow. But I'm gonna rewind before that. If you go to WorldStar, and I'm gonna post it on my video tomorrow. If you go to worldstar.com, there's a Dominican mom trying to give a black doll to their child, and the grandmother has the white doll. And this was just posted like yesterday, a day before. And so I screenshotted it. I'm gonna post, but the Dominican grandmother was slapping the black doll away, like, get that black dark-skinned doll out of my baby's face. And the grandmother had the white doll, and she's like, this is the doll that you want, baby. And the child might have been like 1 year old or maybe, I don't know, 10 months old. And the grandmother was like, get that damn black doll out of. And I'm going to post that tomorrow, but it's a Dominican, and they're speaking in Spanish, and I'll post it tomorrow. Also, I'll say this, going back to Darlene's grandfather. Darlene's grandfather, I asked him a question. I said, do you consider yourself as an African Dominican? He said, yes, I do have African in my bloodline. But before, Dominicans could not say that. We would get in trouble if we said that. That was his exact words. I'm going to post it tomorrow.
Okay.
And that's amazing. He said, and I think he's about 85, 83 years old, Brother Clarence. He said that they cannot talk about their African side, even if they were dark skinned or nothing, or whatever. If they were dark skinned, they could not say anything about their African history. When he was younger. He said that has changed. And I'm going to post it tomorrow, and you guys will check the video out tomorrow.
But
what was his reasoning, John? What was his reasoning?
Because it goes back to Trujillo.
And you know what? The next, I'm going to do a part 2 with him, and I will ask him why why, and I didn't get a chance to ask him why you could not talk about your African heritage.
Very interesting.
Manuel, does that not go back to the history of Trujillo?
Yes, it does.
And that's what I'm saying.
Well, it goes a little.
Hold on.
Yeah. We can talk about. That's
and the only reason why I say this is I don't beat up on Dominican. I'm like, okay, look, in America we learn that when you know better, you do better. So the bottom line is, we know historically through Dominican history. I get the shit where I know Haiti ruled the country for 20 years, and I know all the atrocities that Haiti did. But I know the atrocities that existed before Haiti took over, and I know the atrocity that existed after. I also know that fucking Trujillo was a dictator for 30, 40 years after the Haitians. And he tried his best to whiten the fuck out of the DR.
Yes.
And he made Afro-ethnic people to just basically erase themselves within themselves. And that's just fine. I get that. I'm not blaming anybody for it. I'm not telling you to hate yourself for it. I'm just sitting there saying it's like there's an awakening against the anti-blackness globally. And I think the DR is going to miss out on an opportunity being the last motherfuckers on the say, oh, but you know what? I'm proud because you know what I found out? 15% of Dominicans claim themselves as Afro-Dominicans. 85%, and it's a higher percentage, but 15% and growing. More and more, the younger people are saying, I'm Afro-Dominican. They're not doing this, oh, I'm Tano, I'm this. No, I'm Afro-Dominican. I did a fucking answer to DR, and they're accepting it.
But you know what? That was amazing. I've asked, because Miss Sharonda always tell me, always ask the people that you interview, do they consider themselves, do they have any type of African history in them? And I always ask them that because Miss Sharonda always tells me to ask them that. And that was an amazing answer. I have never heard
it in you, Manuel. You can't tell me it ain't there.
He said that.
I love you, brother. I love you, brother. I love you. I love you. No, I don't love you because you're black. I love you.
I'm 100% black.
Everything that Rico said, you got to do. You don't.
No. Manuel, I love you, brother. Bro, I'm gonna see you in 2 weeks. Don't deny me.
Okay. Oh yeah, and somebody and I'm gonna go
be yourself. If you feel like you're Dominican, be Dominican. If you feel like you're black, be black. If you feel like you're Haitian, be Haitian.
Be true to yourself.
Whoever you are,
be what you feel like you should be.
That's the thing.
Actually, Dominicans are West Indians. You know that, right?
Okay, they black too.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that, sis.
Look it up. Puerto Rico, remember Columbus was looking for what island and found who? So they called it what? Because he made a mistake? Look it up.
Sounds good. Well, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and cut it. Hey, brother Clarence, tell me how to turn this thing off.
Okay, so all you have to do is just let everybody leave the studio, and then there's a button to the top right. It says "End Broadcast."
Now 5 or 6 people said they want me to save this. So how do I save it? Or it just goes to my
already. It's already automatically gonna be loaded on the YouTube.
Okay.
It automatically go to his channel.
It's automatically gonna go to your page. It's automatically gonna go up there.
Hey, we'll do it again before we go to the United States.
Hey man, we're gonna do it a couple of more times.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a couple more times. Look, I love you, brother. Look, thank you. Peace and blessing. Peace and blessing.
Miss Sharonda, brother Clarence, all y'all, Rico, thank y'all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice to see you, beautiful sister.
Good to meet
Sharonda.
all of you. Good to meet you, brother Manuel. Good to meet you, sister. And Rico, not so much.
And thanks to everybody that logged on. Thank you guys. See y'all next time. God bless. Make peace be still. Bye-bye.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
John, if you get a chance, we're going live tomorrow. So if you get a chance, maybe you guys can come over there and hang out.
You too, Manuel. Tap in.
Yeah, you too, Manuel. If you get a chance.
Yeah, get both of them because we want to talk to you both again.
I'll be on tomorrow. Bye bye.
All right, brother.
Peace.